The cave that kills in an instant. The secrets of Kitum Cave in Africa. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. Today, I'm going to take you to explore a place that's both mysterious and incredibly terrifying. Kitum Cave in Africa. Now, this isn't just any regular cave. It's a cave that can kill in an instant with a deadly and mysterious virus. This story will take you deep into the history of Kitum Cave, the virus lurking within, and the unsolved mystery that remains to this day. Get ready, because this episode is packed with mystery, solid facts, and a few jokes that might make you smile. If you're not too scared, haha. All right, let's dive into the cave of death together. The beginning of Kitum Cave, a cave that looks normal, but isn't. Kitum Cave is located in Mount Elgon National Park in eastern Kenya, near the border of Uganda. It stretches about 200 meters long and was formed from cooled lava millions of years ago. But what makes it special isn't just the geological structure, it's the salt! The walls of Kitum Cave are rich in salt minerals that wild animals like elephants and buffalo love. They actually walk into the dark cave just to lick salt from the walls. Imagine huge elephants strolling into a pitch-black cave just for a salty snack. It's like an elephant walking into a convenience store. But hold on, this cave isn't that cute because it hides something extremely dangerous inside. Back in the 1980s, Kitum Cave started gaining attention from explorers and scientists because it was linked to an outbreak of a deadly virus, a virus that could kill within days. This story began with a shocking event, and it turned Kitum Cave into one of the most mysterious and terrifying places in Africa. The first outbreak, a virus that kills in a blink. Things got scary in 1980 when a young Frenchman named Charles Monet traveled to explore the cave with a friend. Monet loved adventure. He went into Kitum Cave to see the elephants and admire the natural beauty. But what he didn't know was he was walking straight into one of the deadliest zones of his life. Just days after exiting the cave, Monet started feeling ill, headaches, high fever, exhaustion. But what happened next was shocking. He started bleeding from every part of his body. Eyes, nose, mouth, even his skin started oozing blood. It was like a scene from a horror movie. Within 10 days, Monet died at a hospital in Nairobi. Even the doctor who treated him got infected and died too. The virus that killed Monet was later identified as the Marburg virus, a deadly virus in the same family as Ebola. Its symptoms are terrifying. It causes your body to basically melt from the inside. You bleed from everywhere. Your organs fail, and you die in extreme agony. Some strains of the Marburg virus have a mortality rate of up to 90%. In short, if you catch it, your chances of survival are almost zero. Kitum Cave, the origin of the virus. After Charles Monet's death, scientists started to suspect that the Marburg virus might have come from Kitum Cave. Why? Because Monet had no contact with any sick animals or people before. He only went into the cave. In 1987, a similar case occurred. A 15-year-old Danish boy named Peter Cardinal visited Kitum Cave with his family, and just days later, he died with the same terrifying symptoms, bleeding from every part of his body and complete organ failure. The CD, Centers for Disease Control, and WHO World Health Organization launched a massive investigation. They sent teams into Kitum Cave to find the origin of the virus. Just picture this. Scientists in full-body protective suits walking into a dark cave filled with bats, elephants, and a virus that can kill you instantly. If I were one of them, I'd be like, sorry, I forgot something at home, gotta go. Ha. They collected samples from everything. Bats, insects, dirt, cave walls, and even elephant poop. Yep, elephant poop. This job's no joke. They suspected bats might carry the Marburg virus because there were so many in the cave, and similar viruses are often found in bats. But after months of testing, they found no trace of the Marburg virus in any sample. It was like the virus had vanished into thin air. The Marburg virus, a silent killer hidden in nature. Let's talk more about the Marburg virus. It was first discovered in 1967 in Marburg, Germany, hence the name. Back then, it spread among workers who had contact with monkeys imported from Uganda, which, by the way, is close to Kitum Cave. Marburg is part of the filovirus family, just like Ebola. It spreads through contact with bodily fluids, blood, sweat, saliva, and once it enters the body, it immediately starts destroying your immune system. The symptoms are horrifying, starting with fever, headache, and fatigue. Then within days, the victim begins to bleed from every part of the body: eyes, nose, mouth, even the skin. Organs start to shut down. Most victims die from shock. Imagine this. You're just visiting a cave, and days later, you become this. If I were this virus, I'd call myself the extreme virus. It's just that brutal. What's even scarier is there's no vaccine or 100% effective treatment. All doctors can do is treat symptoms and hope the body fights it off. But most don't make it. The unsolved mystery: where did the virus come from? After the investigation, scientists started to think maybe the virus didn't live in the bats, but maybe in something the bats touched, like soil, cave walls, or cave water. Some even theorized that the virus might be in the salt that elephants lick. Just imagine an elephant licking salty rocks and catching a virus. That elephant would turn into a zombie elephant. Ha ha. But truthfully, elephants in Kitum Cave never showed any symptoms, so that theory wasn't solid. Another wild theory? The virus might be airborne. It could float around inside the cave as tiny particles, and the moment someone breathes it in, boom, they're infected. If that theory's true, then Kitum Cave is like a natural virus spray machine. Just walking in could be your last mistake. Despite years of research, scientists still don't know for sure where the Marburg virus came from in Kitum Cave. And why does it infect only certain people? It's like the virus is playing hide and seek with humanity. Kitum Cave and the future, a hidden threat. Kitum Cave isn't just a mystery of the past. It's a danger that could trigger future outbreaks. Scientists warn that filoviruses like Marburg and Ebola could mutate and spread more easily. If people keep entering Kitum Cave carelessly, a new outbreak could happen, and it might be worse than before. In the 2000s, another Marburg outbreak occurred in Angola. Over 200 people died. That outbreak wasn't directly linked to Kitum Cave, but it served as a reminder. This virus is still out there, waiting. Now imagine this. What if Marburg mutates and spreads like COVID-19? The world would go into chaos. I think if that day ever comes, I'll just move to the moon. At least there are no caves to worry about up there. Different perspectives, a curse or just nature. While scientists continue to search for answers, local villagers have their own beliefs. Many believe Kitum Cave is cursed. Some say it's home to evil spirits and that the Marburg virus is punishment for disturbing them. Some villagers even say they've heard crying from inside the cave at night. Now that's creepy. I'm not sure if I believe in ghosts, but if I heard crying from inside that cave, I'd be out of there faster than an elephant running from a lion. Haha. But from a scientific view, maybe Kitum Cave is just one brutal example of nature, reminding us we're not in control. Extreme imagination. What if Kitum Cave became a weapon? Let's imagine something crazy. What if someone took the Marburg virus from Kitum Cave and turned it into a biological weapon? Imagine that virus being released in a major city. That'd be like a horror movie in real life. Or what if Kitum Cave became a tourist attraction? Some daredevils would probably pay to go in and come out as zombies. Lessons from Kitum Cave, nature we don't fully understand. So what can we learn from Kitum Cave? First, it reminds us that nature holds mysteries we haven't solved. Even beautiful places like caves can hide deadly secrets. Second, it shows just how fragile humans really are. No matter how smart we think we are, we're still no match for a tiny virus. And finally, it teaches us to be cautious. If you ever plan to explore a cave in Africa, don't forget to pack your virus protection suit, or you might just become the next victim of Kitum Cave. That's all for today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed this deep and eerie journey into the mysteries of Kitum Cave. If you like this episode, don't forget to follow the podcast and send me your ideas for other strange and fascinating stories. See you next time. Stay safe.